What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JB Sports back again with another one. You got the Eastern Conference semifinals going down. I think the winner of this series is actually going to represent the Eastern Conference in the NBA Finals. Man, this is going to be an epic matchup, must-see TV. You got the reigning back-to-back two-time MVP and Giannis Antetokounmpo, who in my opinion has his best supporting cast since he's been in the league. He's got guys behind him like Jrue Holiday. You got PJ Tucker. You got the point guard Vicencio. I don't know if he's going to play in this series, from Villanova. You got PJ Tucker. You got Steady Eddie, Chris Middleton, taking on the three-headed monster, the big three, the new big three, big three 3.0, and James Harden, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Durant. Now, I believe this big three is more potent and more explosive than the two previous big threes, that being in Boston, you had Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen. And after that, you had LeBron James, Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade. I believe this big three 3.0 Brooklyn style is more explosive, but they've got to win that chip to be put above the previous big three. They actually got to win back-to-back because that big three in Miami actually won 2 titles up in South Beach. So they're going to have to be able to win not only this year, but next year to be put above those big three. But as far as just talent-wise and scoring-wise, that big three that they have in Brooklyn is more explosive than the previous 2 big threes in the Eastern Conference. So we will see what happens. We will see what transpires. I'm going to break down this matchup, man. This matchup is going to boil down to, can Brooklyn Nets get some stops? Can they play solid enough defense to get by Milwaukee? Milwaukee is a complete team. Make no mistake about it. They gave up a lot of points during the regular season. Their defense's efficiency and their rates was not as good as it was in the past 2 years, but I actually think sometimes numbers do lie. You know, Jay-Z said that back in the day, hey, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. I actually think the numbers do lie in the case of Milwaukee Bucks. I actually think they're a better defensive team this year than they were last 2 years, even though the stats say they're not. You got a guy like PJ Tucker you can put on James Harden. You have a guy like Jrue Holiday you can put on Kyrie Irving. And you have a guy like Greek Freak, who's a perennial defensive player of the year, you can put on Kevin Durant. So they match up very well with Brooklyn. This will be Brooklyn's toughest test on their road to a championship ring, in my opinion. I think this is their toughest test. I think it's going to be better than whoever they match up with if they survive Milwaukee Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals. Whoever they match up with, either being the Philadelphia 76ers or the Atlanta Hawks. And if they get beyond that point, I think it's tougher than anybody they'll face in the Western Conference, whether it be the LA Clippers, the Dallas Mavericks, the Utah Jazz, Phoenix Suns, or the Denver Nuggets. I think this is their toughest matchup. And they're going to have to be on point. They're going to have to be having their A game. And they not had a lot of time on the court together, and they could play a part in this series. But I just think their overall talent, their overall offensive explosiveness will be able to get them by a tough, in my opinion, championship caliber Milwaukee Bucks team. I think it's going to boil down to Kyrie Irving. He's got to get off. I think James Harden going to do his thing, but he's going to have a tough matchup. PJ Tucker, they both played together in Houston for the Rockets, so he knows his tendency. He knows what he likes to do in certain situations. PJ Tucker is just a smart, strong, defensive-minded player. He's going to give James Harden all he can handle. And I think the length and athleticism of the Greek Freak is going to cause problems with Kevin Durant. I think Kyrie Irving's got to be the key. Now, they put Jrue Holiday on him. He's got to take Jrue Holiday off the dribble. He's got to exploit Jrue Holiday on the perimeter. Jrue Holiday does a good job matching up with big physical guards. You know, actually, if they didn't have Kyrie Irving, they probably could put Jrue Holiday on James Harden. He would give James Harden fits. But in this situation, I think they're going to have to force to be put him on Kyrie Irving, especially with Vicencio probably not playing in this series. Now, he didn't play in the last series. I don't know the injury update on him. If they can get him out there, that would maybe give them the slight edge in the series, but I don't think he's playing. That's why I'm giving Brooklyn the edge. Maybe they can get Vicencio on him, and they can put him on Kyrie Irving, and then they can put Jrue on Harden, and maybe put PJ on Durant, and let Giannis Antetokounmpo kind of roam, be kind of like a free safety out there, roam and play help defense, and basically shut down the paint with his limb. And yeah, they got a shot to beat Brooklyn. But I think with Vicencio not playing this series, from everything I'm hearing, he's not going to be there. Maybe he will be, but he wasn't in there in the last series. And I haven't heard anything about him playing in this series. I think that's going to be a major factor to the demise of the Milwaukee Bucks, into the advancement of the Brooklyn Nets. I think they're going to advance really on that situation because Vicencio not able to play for the Milwaukee Bucks. We will see what happens. We will see what transpires. But I got the Brooklyn Nets 4-3 over the Milwaukee Bucks in an electric 7-game series, a star-studded 7-game series. I think Kyrie Irving will be the difference. I think Giannis and Kevin Durant will kind of nullify each other. And I think James Harden will be kind of nullified with the P.J. Tucker factor and guys they can throw on him. But I think the difference will be Kyrie Irving and his playmaking ability will be able to get to the basket. I think he's going to have a big series. Won't be surprised to see him averaging around 25 to 30 points in this series. I think he is the difference maker, and they were able to pull this series off. It's going to be a long, drawn-out series. Make no mistake about it. This series is not going to end early. It's going to be a long, drawn-out series. I think it goes the distance. And I like the Brooklyn Nets winning in 7 games, 4-3 over the Milwaukee Bucks in an epic Eastern Conference matchup that we'll be talking about for years to come. Let me know your thoughts about this matchup. Hit the like button if you like the content of this video, and subscribe to JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend. Holla.